mark the base of the tree, the body of the tree, and a gap. I will cut the base out and then cut the top of the tree and move on down the line. Now we've got the bulk of the trees laid out. I'm going to form the base, and then I'm going to do the taper of the pine tree. And I've been giving each one a little bit different shape so they won't all look the same. Here we go. Clean the bottom of the tree up. Clean the base up. I mark between the trunk of the tree and the boughs with a line, and then I randomly just put some lines on it for burnishing. And we move on to the next tree. I'll leave this one be because it scares me. I'm kind of scared if I get into it. I got a split right here that is just going to come apart, and we're not going to do that. Most of these cuts are shear cuts, so it's a bit rough, but it's just Christmas ornaments. Right now I'm going to do a little bit of burning. 2 wood blocks and a guitar string so I don't wrap it around my fingers. If it goes, I can hopefully move out of the way and it's done. You wrap it around your fingers and it hangs, you're going to cut your finger off. Just a long string. I've got the lathe turned up to its highest speeds, so when we see smoke we have burn marks. I've turned the lathe down to its slowest speed. I believe it's 750. I've got some different grits of paper. 100 grit, 150, 220, I think 320 and 400. I'm just going to go through each grit at slow speed, sand the trees down. See what we got. Slow speed. And I'm just going to apply the linseed oil. My wife makes these, has me make these ornaments every year. I like to date them. What I've got here is a little soldering iron. Put the date on. Now what I've got is a chunk of beeswax. It's been oiled, still at low speed. So I'm going to rub it down each piece. Now I've got the lathe turned to its highest speed, 3200 RPMs, piece of paper towel, and I'm going to bring the wax in. It's going to sink it in the pores, melt it, and it's going to burnish it and shine it. Now I'm going to attempt to tip the trees. I've got a few different tools I use for this. 2 Japanese saws, a keyhole saw, and a flush cut saw. So this has 0 set, and it gets bound when I'm cutting. So I start with the keyhole, which has pretty good set. I use the handle on the back of the lathe. If you twist, you'll round the fibers off fairly easy. There's your finished tree. We'll sand the bottom. And we continue. Now, I want to show you a little jig here. Captain Eddie Blackhawk gives you the numbers. He sells these jigs. They're a great price for the metal. The cost of the metal alone. Captain Eddie's rig is worth the metal, and it's wrapped up in shipping, and you can't beat it. It's pre-made. Being I've got welders and scrap pieces around the house, I chose to make it myself. But basically, you have a 1-inch piece of square tubing under the grinder. A method to keep it, and this jig allows you to put your gouges in, cinch them down, put it on the back, and you're able to grind and go to the front and take some of the metal off that's in your way. Curve your bevel up, rough and gouge. You can place this in there, put your rough and gouge in, elbow it right here, and cut, and it's ready to go. This is Captain Eddie's Blackhawk setup. It's wonderful. I love it. Thank you, Captain